look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the Detroit Lions. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen. It just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Green 18. I'm coming. Look again.
On play action, Rodgers. And his first pass is incomplete. J.C. Jackson there defensively to knock it away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Coming to you.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Mostert, and he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. To throw, it's Rodgers. They got a man. It's Woods. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Mostert. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Green 18.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
This is Mostert. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The quick slant caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
319. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
They'll try to pound it in with Gallman. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Wayne Gallman, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Ready? Mike, 50 seconds. Now let's run, let's run. Ready?
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
Los Angeles.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Gurley. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
10 Lobo.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Gurley again here on first down. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Go defense. Our time. It's our time.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion.
Ready, set. 50 seconds, Mike. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Check 13. Check 6-6. Pull it high. Get it.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. 2nd and 14. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
To Keelan Cole. A gain of 8 yards. And it's third down.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. You think back to the Super Bowl against New England, the Rams never even got into the red zone in that game, and now here they are in the red zone on their opening drive with a first down.
Set, ready? 90, Wolf.
I got you. Watch out.
Protein spill.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. It's hauled in by Shepard. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
At the 4-yard line.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. They try right side here, Gurley. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Here we go, set. 60 outlaw. 5.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Mostert. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
We got 4. We got 4.
2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
At the 43-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Rodgers. Now they go screen. It's complete. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Detroit. Raheem Mostert, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Prater for the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now, pass complete here to Sanders. A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Right now, I'm just wondering where they turn on offense, Charles. I know we're not in the 4th quarter, but 2nd quarter haven't scored and struggling to move the ball.
I don't think they abandoned the run game totally, but maybe you change up your tempos. Maybe you go a little bit faster, try and catch them back on their heels a little bit to try and accomplish what you want to get done.
They're going to look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 41-yard line.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
The first down run with Gurley, a good one. He gets forward for 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a short one to Gesicki, and he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7, and the Rams first down.
Set, ready? 10-2 start.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Nate Gary, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Rams 17-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Hey, 88, 88, 88.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Extra point good by Prater, and it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready up.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for L.A. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Ready.
He'll look to throw. Caught by Wilson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
1st down, Rams.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
Blue Dan, blue Dan.
On play action, they'll throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Joe Schobert. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on
under pressure here, and down he goes. Sack back at about the 43-yard line. Bud Dupree racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Here comes the Rams punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ballgame. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Go! Check 26, check 26. Right! Check 3. Watch the shift.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Jump out! Hey, check. 3.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Let's go.
This is Gallman. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run again here with Gallman. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And some nice running, going to get him down close to a 1st down at the Rams' 18-yard line. Now Gallman. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Gallman will run it. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun. Rodgers. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Timmy Jernigan with a sack. They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. The Sanders has got it complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll try a handoff right with Gurley. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive first down plays. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
30 days. Hey, tight down. There you go.
Back to throw here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Rodgers. Throwing again. His throw incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. And again this time to the tailback. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
You got nothing. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. They got him in. It's Woods. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jakeem Grant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to. It got his man complete. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
He'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Keelan Cole, the intended target.
The Lions take over first and 10 at the 22-yard line.
319.
58, right there. Check back.
Go right.
Check 24. Check 24.
Okay, over here. Right.
Under crunch. Check your hot reach.
Rodgers throwing here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Bradley Roby there defensively.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Rodgers going to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Brian Burns. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Landon Collins.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Here's Rodgers. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Malcolm Brown at 3 bills and some change comes in to drop the hammer.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Rodgers looking to throw. Airing it out deep for Woods. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun.
Hey, wahoo!
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Timmy Jernigan able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. The offense staying out there. They're at 50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on 4th down? To throw, it's Rodgers. He's going deep for Brown, and it's incomplete. He's still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Lions, the playoffs may be out of reach, but the win gets them to 4-8 on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Rams, not much more to say. They dropped to 1-11, and they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. That'll do it for us.